And also we hear him talk about social media, and obviously that's your specialty, Adam. So how easy is it to search in Arabic, for instance, and find these sort of sites and these sort of pages?
Well, the main difference with ISIS as compared to previous jihadi groups is that the use of social media makes all of the videos, of the photos of the jihadi culture available much more easily than ever before. If Al-Qaeda, for instance, used websites and relied primarily on websites and closed forums, and we see with ISIS using social media to really outsource the jihad and the culture of jihadism, making it much more accessible, much more easy to actually connect with this idea of which ISIS represents, and making it really much more easier to become part of ISIS as a brand and not only in an organizational sense.
Of course, and we saw yesterday at the Saban Forum, Hillary Clinton, she actually she made an interesting point. She called for cooperation between the government and high-tech firms, startups, to really work together to combat this. So what do you make of that?
Well, I think it's, first of all, it's not the first attempt we see in this kind of cooperation between government and social media companies, tech firms. We've also seen that call made by the French foreign minister, Laurent Fabius, last year, after the attacks on Charlie Hebdo, in calling for cooperation between Silicon Valley, and actually made a trip to Silicon Valley, calling for greater cooperation between tech companies and governments in order to give greater capabilities and joint intelligence sharing in real time, not just in retrospect. I'm not really sure if this is the ultimate solution to the problem of social media, because even if you are successful in removing these contents online instantly, then they're being retweeted. That's really part of the advantage of using social media as opposed to websites. They're being retweeted and shared in real time, really maximizing the impact and the exposure of this kind of viral content as opposed to just static on the website.
So, Adam, final comments. The main issue here, especially with ISIS and its recruitment methods, is that you can't possibly monitor everything that's going on in the internet. You can't shut down the internet. They've really taken advantage of a medium that has allowed them to spread their message. So what are the big challenges for governments moving forward?
Well, I think that the big challenge here is really trying to counter, trying to detect in time something which is basically undetectable, in the sense that anyone at any moment could just sympathize and join the cause of ISIS, as we've seen in this recent attack in California, being posted online, this statement of allegiance to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the so-called caliph, the leader of ISIS, while the attack was still taking place, just to join it, to endorse ISIS as a brand, basically, on Facebook in real time. So this makes it really hard to try to profile or try to predict anyone who might be an ISIS supporter or member in future attacks. And this is actually, I think, part of their strength, the ability to attract many people to really outsource their terrorist operations to something which is low scale, which is unsophisticated, which is very simple to carry out, and which makes it unpredictable and really very hard to counter, as opposed to more classic terrorist attacks and threats as we've known from Al-Qaeda.
Well, certainly is a new era of terrorism, to say the least. Adam and Mohammed, thank you both very much for joining us.